Chicken, sausage, wings, baby backs, and the biggest baked potato you've ever seen. 100 East Nolana, barbecue restaurant, catering, and drive-thru. Gotta love Jay's.
Welcome back to The Huddle on Fox 2, brought to you by 956sports.com and served up by McDonald's. As a member of the media, the last thing you want to do is become a part of the story. For us at 956sports.com, our man, Coach Eugene Garza, has become a part of the story. Ray Leal had a chance to sit down with him and get a little insight as to what's happening.
You find yourself in the middle of a firestorm with Edcouch and what's going on. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, I had some concerns over some of the UI violations that were being committed by our coaching staff, right? I then went back and I talked to Coach Solis, and we talked for a while, and he gave me his explanations of why he was practicing so long and the other reasons, right? And then I went back to Frank Bettis because the issue was not resolved. I mean, he still kept on practicing long hours. And I went back to Frank Bettis, and basically he blew me off. He told me that he didn't want to deal with the matter anymore, and I could pursue this to the next level, and I did.
Some people had issues with the way you got the information through hidden videos. And did you feel like that was the only way that you could actually get the information to the DEC, or was that your last course of action?
No, I went in there to protect myself, and 6 years ago when I was coaching for Coach Solis, we had a little altercation in one of the football games. And, it was something stupid, and it was juvenile on both our parts, right? But ever since that meeting, when I go into any meeting, I go in protected. I used to record audio, now it's video. But if I hadn't recorded, Solis and Mr. Pettis would have been saying that, you did not talk to us about that. So now they can't deny that the meetings occurred.
Now, Coach, when you came forward with this evidence, as you say, did you at all think that the entire season would have been forfeited?
I had no idea that was going to happen. I was thinking maybe just one game, that West Oakland game that we played, and if we had won the PSJ North game, that game also, right? I had no idea that it was going to happen. I thought it was a severe excessive punishment for our athletes.
Coach, if forfeiting the entire season isn't the punishment that fits the crime, what is?
I guess the suspension of Coach Solis from coaching for his unethical behavior. That would be the best punishment. Leave our kids alone. It starts with the leadership, and that's where it should begin, and that's where it should end.
There's been insinuations. There's been people making their assumptions that you did this in order to get that coaching position at Edcouch Elsa. If it's not for the head coaching position, then why do it?
The first week, that Monday, my son went to go practice 1 hour before school. After school, he practiced another 3.5 hours. The second day, again, an hour before school, and then he practiced 3 hours and 45 minutes after school for a total of 9 hours and 15 minutes, on a Monday. Come Wednesday, he practiced another hour. That's over 10 hours, and that's enough. My boy, he's ranked number 1 in his junior class right now in grades, and there's no way he's going to maintain this grade average by practicing 16 hours. They're practicing an additional 8 hours a week. There's no way.
Now, Coach, for some people that may not understand, what does that mean for the layman? What does an extra 8 hours a week actually mean when it comes to football practice?
The thing about it, when you take a student athlete for 16 hours, which is 8 hours more than you're allowed, you're going to create some problems. I mean, first of all, their grades are going to falter. In the state of Texas, and my family, football has always come first. And it's a shame to say that, right? But in reality, education should come before football. This is an extracurricular activity. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my education. My dad wouldn't be there for his education. My son's future depends on his education. He's not going to be a professional football player. He's going to be a professional and a career. That's what he's going to do. So education has to come before football.
Last words, Coach. Anything you want to say to the Edcouch community?
For those of you that think that I did wrong, I didn't do wrong. I was protecting my son and my nephews, and actually protecting the kids from abusive behavior from coaches. It's a shame that the DEC voted to forfeit the whole season, right? But that's the severity of what he was doing. And they need to understand that he is in the wrong, and our kids are paying for it. I will go back right now and I'll do the same thing over again, even though this happened. You know, this is not right. This is not right for our kids. It's not right for our community. He needs to step forward, and he needs to address the issue, and our superintendent needs to address the issue, and our board members need to address the issue. Our community deserves a lot better than this.
To get the entire story on what's